In this video, I will show you how to create an Android terminal app with photo management. In my example, the operator will scan an item, for example, a semi-finished product, and can do two actions. The first one is to take a picture. The picture is stored on the FTP server and named after the barcode of the item and the operator post. And the second action is to view, have access to the pictures available on the server for the item. On the architecture, let's have a look. We have the cloud, which has the pictures sent by the Android app by FTP. And we need a business web service because we need the method to get the list of available pictures for a given item. On my Windows 10 computer, I will have first the Android Terminal Interface Web Service, which drives the app and communicates with the business web service, and also the Windows app to configure the solution. And I will use my smartphone to test the app. Okay, so let's launch the application, the Windows application, to configure the solution. I create new file, connection. So the first thing to do is to create a connection variable to the business web service. I call it CNX. The address, I can copy it from my browser. Okay. I need just one profile because the app is the same for any user of any post. The first script to do when opening the session is to get the list of available files for the item. So I create a variable photos equals CNX, and we need to call the method to get the list of the picture, get list photos, which has one parameter item. So get list photo, and the item equal, so the barcode scanned by the operator when opening the session, which is a predefined variable session scan, $session scan. Okay, it's a reference to the barcode, the date. Okay, now we can already test the script. So we must set a value to the variable session scan. So let's have a look at the Yonos server. We see the root, the picture are under the JPEG folder. Okay, we take the first item. Voila. Voila, the value. I set the value of this variable session scan, and then I can execute the script. The script execute with no error. Okay, and I can see the variable. Okay, we have an array, a list of pictures. Each picture has just one attribute. It is the address, the URL of the picture. Okay, so now if I continue the configuration, the information, I will remind the barcode of the item. So scan item $session scan. Okay, and I will also give the number of pictures found on the server. So number available pictures, and it is the number of elements of picture of photos, which is the predefined attribute count. Okay, and then I will give we had a button to access to the list of the picture. I will name the button list of pictures. Okay, validate. When the operator clicks on the button, we will display a list of items. Each item is a picture, so is an element of the variable photos. So I will just display the value of the element, which is the address. So $photos bracket star to say that it is we repeat this for all elements. And then we need a button to have the access to the picture. So I have to fill this field also with the URL of the picture. Okay. And now we can test. So if I test, I need a session scan. We can use the same. Here I take a copy this. Okay. I launch the session. I open the session. Oh, there is a mistake. There is a mistake in the session scan. It is session scan. Here there is a miss. Okay, there's also a mistake here. Okay, now let's validate and test again. Okay, now we have the number of available pictures 6. If I click on the button, we have the list. Okay, and if we click on one, the busy doc, we see the picture. Okay, good. Now the first case is okay. Now we need to add a button to take a picture. So here, insert element. I call the button take picture. Okay, I will configure the local action. This take a picture. So I need the parameters of the FTP server on your nose, the address of the server first. Okay, the port number 990. It is the secure FTP. My user ID is this, and I need also the password. Okay. Now the file name, I will construct the file name by combining the session scan. So it is $session scan. Okay, so I have underscore and the name of the post. It is the predefined variable non-post. Okay, and .jpeg. Okay. And the remote folder, so it will be the root, the user, plus the subfolder JPEG. And on the JPEG, we have one folder per item. So I will repeat session scan. Okay. And slash, and then all the pictures of the item will be in this folder. Okay, now I can validate. Everything is correct. And when the picture is taken by the Android app, we'll just display a message to the operator to say that the picture is saved. Just a message like that. Okay. Now let's test the app. So I can again use the same barcode to open the session. Okay, if I take a picture now, okay, I have the message. Now I think we're ready to publish and test in production on my smartphone. So I will save the file configuration file on the desktop first. Okay. And then I go to my Android terminal web service. And I copy the file. Okay. And I must restart the web server. Okay, and now we're ready to test. Now let's launch the Android app on my smartphone. So now I can scan an item. So I have a demo item. I have the barcode I type, so I scan this item. Okay, now you see that there is no picture available. So that's why we have no button list of pictures, because we have no pictures on the server. I will take a picture. Okay, I will photograph the screen. Okay, so we have the message of acknowledgement. The picture is saved on the cloud. So now if I refresh the session by clicking in the middle, would you like to update the session with the curve? Okay. And now we have one available picture. Good. If I click on list of pictures, I have the address of the URL of the picture, and I have the button visitor. So I click on the button, and I have the picture. So it's okay. It works. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.